Hey guys, today I'm excited to announce a new product that we have for our boat line, Skipper. This is a ceramic fortified boat wax, basically a sealant for your gel coat. I want to go over how to use it. I'm going to go over why it differentiates from our wake up and then a few pro tips. So let's get into it. Let's go over what Skipper is. Skipper is strictly a product that will add protection to a boat that is in good condition. It is a ceramic fortified boat wax that is going to give you a nice layer of protection on a boat that is in good condition, that is not lightly oxidized or has light defects. The product is going to focus on adding protection only. The question you might have is, why would you use Skipper instead of something like our Beadlock Marine ceramic coating? So Beadlock Marine is going to be a lot more involved in the application process. So if you're a do-it-yourselfer, this product is going to be a lot more user-friendly. Another comparison to our actual ceramic coating is the Beadlock Marine is giving you longer protection. It's setting up as a hard sacrificial barrier on top of your gel coat, where Skipper is going to give you about a season of protection in average conditions. So again, a lot easier to use. You can put it on with an applicator, with your DA, let it haze, take it off, super easy to work with, where your Beadlock Marine is gonna be a lot more technical and more involved. If you have Beadlock Marine on your boat and you go through a season and you're getting ready to put your boat away, you do a nice decontamination from the season, and you want to build up that layer of protection that's already on it with the Beadlock Marine, you can layer it with Skipper. So you could put Skipper right on top of your coating layer, and you're just gonna continue to add more protection on top of that coating layer, which is just gonna give you additional UV protection, creating another sacrificial barrier on top of your ceramic coating that is on the boat. Let's get into how to use Skipper. So you can use Skipper two different ways. You can apply it by hand with an applicator pad, or you could also apply it by machine with a DA polisher and a foam pad. These are one of our new marine foam pads, super soft, work great with applying Skipper. Now, before you applied Skipper, you want to make sure the boat is completely decontaminated and clean and ready for your protection process. You would do that by washing the boat with jetty soap. Underneath on your hull, you're gonna address that with a product we have called Smooth Move. That does an excellent job removing the scum line and all the contaminants on the bottom of the boat. After you get the boat washed and decontaminated, if you have light oxidation or some light defects you wanna address, that's when you could go through and polish with a product like Wake Up to clear up that light oxidation, those stubborn water spots. And then after that, it would be ready for your layer of Skipper. So you want to make sure the boat's clean, dry, and free from any type of oxidation to get the maximum benefits of Skipper. First, show you guys how to apply it by hand with the applicator. We're going to shake it up, just apply a good amount of product to the applicator. As you can see, this boat is in great condition. It's already been polished out. We have a nice glossy finish. You can either dab the product out over the area you're gonna apply it, or you can just go in and start applying. I like dabbing it out real quick, depending on the conditions you're in. If it's super hot, you don't wanna dab it out because then it's gonna dry out. But I do like to dab it out over the area prior to spreading it because it's distributing the product more evenly over the surface, but use your discretion. Again, if it's super hot out, you dab it out, it's gonna dry up on you instantly. Then I can go through and just spread it out nice and even. I don't need to do any hard rubbing. All I'm focused on is getting a nice even layer of the product on the surface. I'm gonna go over this rub rail with it. It's another reason why I like dabbing it out. Then I'm not loading up these cracks and crevices with the product, which makes it super hard to get out at the end. So for demonstration purposes, I'm only gonna apply to this section for the video. When you guys are applying this, you can apply it to the entire boat and then go back around and start removing it. You can take 1 to 2, I suggest 2 clean microfiber towels. I like to go through and do what I call breaking the top surface with my initial wipe. So I'm not trying to remove the product all in a couple wipes. I break the top like that, and then I flip the towel and I go back in and do my final wiping. What that does when I break the top is it doesn't bunch up a bunch of the removed product on my towel, which can get really grabby. It just makes for a nicer removal process. Okay, next let's go over how to apply it with the DA polisher. So I have a clean pad. I want to apply a little bit more product at first, considering this pad has no product on it and it's a dry pad. So there is tons of different ways you can do this. You can do some little stripes like that. I just want even coverage on that pad, so I'm not taking a dry pad and making contact with a dry surface. I want the pad nice and primed with the product. You could even take your finger and kind of dab it out. Whatever you choose to do, just make sure you have nice even coverage on the pad surface before you go to apply it to the paint. Now, the same principle of when I dabbed it out with the hand applicator, take that same point and apply it to this, depending on the conditions you're in when you're applying this. So if it's not extremely hot, dab it out real quick over the area and then pull your trigger and spread it out. That is gonna reduce chances of the product flinging, and also pad loading in a certain area. It just creates a better distribution of the product. Got to check my speed. This is the Milwaukee cordless. I'm going to damp that out a little bit more. Just a quick couple passes. All I want is even coverage. That's as simple as it is. Just lay it down real quick, make sure your coverage is even, and then follow the same process as I showed you by hand. Apply it to the entire boat, and then the removal process is exactly the same with your microfiber towel. All right, before we wrap up the video, I wanna go over some questions you might have along with some pro tips. Now, first question you might have is it more beneficial to apply Skipper by hand or DA? The only benefit between those two application processes is time. You're gonna be more efficient applying it with a DA polisher. You're not getting any better protection between those two different methods. A few pro tips on the maintenance once you have Skipper on the surface of your boat. Your maintenance is gonna be a regimen between our Aftermath water spot remover and our Launch, which is our all surface sealant. So when you get the boat out of the water from a fun day, you're on the launch ramp, you're going to want to use Aftermath to get all those water spots off that have built up on the boat from the course of being out for the day. That's gonna leave the boat nice and glossy, and your water spots are gonna be off of it. That's not gonna harm your layer of Skipper, or even if you had a ceramic coating on your boat. Now the Launch comes into play. That's our all surface sealant. You can use that throughout the course of the year. If you feel like you've used Aftermath quite a bit and the surface just isn't getting that nice water beading, you don't feel like it's as slick as you would want it, you're gonna use Launch to load up protection on the finish. It's a very easy to use detail spray that you can spray right on the surface with a microfiber towel, quick wipe, flip the towel, wipe it again, and you're gonna have instant protection on all hard surfaces of your boat. You can use it on the trailer, the windshield, the interior hard surfaces to quickly add or boost protection. So those two products are a great way to maintain your boat during the season to coincide with your layer of Skipper that is on the boat. Another question we just thought of that you might have is, can you apply Skipper more than once during the season? You can apply it as many times as you like, but it's not really necessary. It's gonna get you through an entire season, especially if you pair it with that regimen with your Aftermath and Launch. That is gonna help keep that layer of protection thriving all throughout the season. We hope you enjoyed this video. We hope it gave you some good insight into how Skipper fits into our boat maintenance lineup. We'll see you guys next time.